What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn, Tyson Fury. Get this. Hearn states that we don't know where Fury is at physically or mentally after the Ngannou fight. And this is what Eddie said. He said, I really believe he was quite a strong favorite pre-Ngannou, Hearn said, of Fury to MMA fighting. We don't really know physically where he's at. I mean, he's lucky that Usyk's not a puncher. He's lucky Usyk's a much smaller man, because I think against a bigger guy, against a puncher, against a guy that can wrestle on the inside, I think his confidence really wouldn't be there in a fight like that. So I do think Fury will win the fight, but you certainly can't rule out Usyk. And we just don't know where Fury is at physically or mentally after a fight like the Ngannou performance. He didn't look himself in that fight, but perhaps he was just a little ill prepared. Those are the words of Eddie Hearn, and let me counterpunch. I think Eddie Hearn, based on the prediction, cleverly made a type of prediction that he didn't necessarily rule out Usyk, but he didn't necessarily give him the nod. He gave Fury the nod. But I think how promoters predict fights, they predict fights based on desire, based on how they want the boxing world to sway, based on how their fighter or how it would benefit their fighter. Okay, in his case, you have Anthony Joshua. Well, why would Eddie Hearn predict Usyk to beat Tyson Fury? Why would he predict that? He would predict that simply because he would love for Anthony Joshua to fight Tyson Fury at some point, because Joshua has already exalted the possibility of fighting Usyk. I wouldn't want to see a third fight with Usyk, because we pretty much know what type of fight that would be. You know, we will see Usyk moving, boxing. We know he can take his punch. There is nothing about AJ's punch to Usyk that was just devastating. He was able to withstand it, you know, and he would have to land quite a few of them to put down Usyk, which he's not able to do because of the style and the defensive prowess of Alexander Usyk. Okay, the capabilities that in the skill set that Usyk has, he's not able to do that. So that's not something ideal. Plus, we've saw it twice. So if AJ is able to beat Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is able to beat Alexander Usyk, okay, Wilder and Usyk are out. They can be left to fight each other. Maybe Saudi Arabia can put up some more money for those guys to fight if they lose in this particular fights, in these saga fights. It would be left to AJ and Tyson Fury, which would be the biggest fight in heavyweight history. It would just be longer. But the only thing would be is Tyson Fury would be the heavy favorite, because Tyson Fury still to this day has not taken a loss inside the ring. Okay, so I see that's where Hearn is swaying. However, he's saying we don't know where he is mentally or physically, because he wants to he wants to add the fact that Tyson got beat up. That's what he wants. We don't know how he is. And then see, just in case Usyk does do a number on him, he could just say, well, you know, like I told you guys, we don't really know where he is mentally or physically. We don't know. You know what I mean? But I think the question would be like, hey, after that ass whooping, how good is Tyson Fury at this point? But that's exactly why Eddie Hearn is saying what he's saying. But he does want him to win. You know, and for the record, you know, Usyk doesn't punch hard. No, he doesn't. And it's a good thing he doesn't. But he's saying Usyk can't give Tyson Fury problems because he doesn't punch hard like Francis Ngannou. I think that's absolutely false, because that's just like saying, hey, well, Andy Ruiz was able to hurt Anthony Joshua and put him down 4 times in their first fight, and he boxed him the second fight. Then Usyk didn't do anything to Joshua except outbox him. No. Mental if someone mentally affects you, boxers get in your head. Boxing is a mental game first. Okay? So if you got a guy that's able to hit you and able to outbox you, look how Joshua broke down mentally. Okay? Look how Joshua broke down mentally because he wasn't able to deal with the movement, with the boxing ability, with the ring IQ. He wasn't able to deal with that. Okay, and he broke the fuck down. I never seen Joshua like that. He was like opposite of the Jarrell Miller situation because he was mad at Jarrell Miller, but he was just sad after the second Usyk fight. You know what I mean? He couldn't take it. So I saying all this, you think that can't happen to Tyson Fury if he gets outboxed? If he gets outboxed not once, but even twice, you think he won't break down? And you have to, and if he takes it like a good, honest bloke, you have to give him 100% credit. But stating where Tyson Fury is after the Ngannou fight, I think he's in a better position, really simply because Tyson Fury won. And I think he's thankful, and I think he's humbled enough to respect where he's at because he damn near wasn't supposed to be here. So I think now he's promoting the idea of undisputed, promoting the idea of fighting Alexander Usyk because he knows that he was this close to getting his ass knocked out. And I think he knows that. Okay? But for Eddie Hearn, this is pretty much his prediction. Eddie Hearn predicts, or really desires, Tyson Fury to beat Alexander Usyk because it would set up one of the biggest fights in heavyweight history in Britain or in Saudi Arabia. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn's take on Tyson Fury, that he doubts his mentality and his physicality as of right now after the beating that he took from Francis Ngannou. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!